And by, hopefully by the end of this conference, you guys will have your Black Youth Vote agenda to be able to present to the transition team, to be able to present to the 111th Congress, and be able to leverage that vote. You know?
So what we're going to do is, we're going to work together, because this is definitely not me coming at you, or Lisa coming at you, or Melanie coming at you. We've got to come at each other with the solution. And we're going to sit this weekend and try to figure all this out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to try. We're going to figure it out. So we're going to figure out our plan for the state level, our local level. We're going to be able to figure out a plan for the national level, talking about what we're going to be able to have we're going to have a document to present to the 111th Congress, and we want a document to present to the administration, the new administration.
Like a lot of people used our voter guides. We had 20,000 out of Wake County, and just in Wake County alone, but we had other counties that we targeted. So that was a real resourceful tool that we had, was the voter guide, and making sure that people understood like everything else in the ballot as far as election protection, and even our partners, so they wanted to continue to be involved in the process. After election day, they had information about our partners so they could connect with them. So.
You know, they had already called the election and Obama had won. I'm not moving. And that, to me, was one of the best things that happened, to see that despite the fact that there was some intimidation, that people's voices and their vote, they're like, I'm going to make sure that I push the button, that I want to be engaged in this process. And that, to me, was one of the most exciting things that happened on election day.
One of the things that bothered me when I was 18, 20, 24, 25, is that folks always said, you know, y'all are future leaders, y'all are the next leaders. Now, y'all are leaders now. And so I just want to say hello and good morning to y'all as fellow leaders.
And for a long time, I was saying that, like, my generation, we need to fight, we need something that we need to be out there up against. Like, we got the war on crack or whatever inside of our neighborhoods, but we need something bigger than that, something that everybody can believe in, and that's what it did for me.
Wow.
No, I think what people are doing, organizations, so
Okay.
for instance,
Black
the
Youth Vote.
Black Youth Vote wanted to make a suggestion on things that they think are priorities. You could send a letter to the President of the United States when he came to office. You can take out an ad in a newspaper. You can do different things to heighten your agenda.
And I hope that when we do that, it's not seen as hating on him because he won. It's seen as trying to make sure that government works for all people, including the 48 million people who did not vote for it.
To everybody here, really, I just challenge everyone. I think everything needs to go back to education, because like I said, it's a lot about both parties, even if you're a Democrat or Republican, that you just don't know. And a lot of times we're voting because, like I said, someone's likable, or because our parents. It's just like when you were younger, you went to church probably just because your parents made you to, but you didn't really know what you were representing. So know what you're representing, because it could be something in this book or the Democratic book that you might realize, that's who I am. So I challenge these guys. Well, I know they're going to continue to educate, and I also challenge everybody here to be leaders and educate yourselves so that you can educate other people about this. So next time we do have an election, you won't just be making decisions based on, I like this guy, I like this person, more so than the policies and the things that are going to affect you and the generations to come.
That you need to call your member locally and federally and make them work for you, right? They're having these conversations, they know how to get you plugged in. That's where I would say you should be persistent in identifying people in those offices who can help you answer your questions.
Campaigns are purposeful events that are only a link in a chain of processes. A product must be produced that advances organizational welfare and must be shaped based on specific criteria. So again, a campaign isn't just a notion. We don't just say we're going to start a campaign, even though a lot of campaigns start organically around a specific issue.
And what is it you want? And want not for Melanie or or Katana. What do you want to see happen in our community? Right. And really be able to figure out, how do you weigh in on that? Every piece of this conference is about coming away with some action steps on how do you weigh in on what's going to happen over the first 100 days. Folks are coming out with all kinds of stuff about what they want. What do you want for your community right now?